Universal healthcare for all. This was a quote given when the Mexican Constitution was being written a little bit earlier than 100 years ago. To try to see this vision makes this program one of the top elite in the world. But due to its poor organization, or how we see its poor organization, it's not going to get there. Okay. By talking to some of you, while we were preparing the speech, and talking to healthcare providers and future healthcare providers, I got very responses that it's poor, that it's poorly organized, that they abuse you, that it's not good at all, that it just shows mediocrity. But surprisingly, while talking to the healthcare providers, they were talking to me, and they told me that the Mexican healthcare has the potential to be one of the best in the world. To talk a little about the organization, we all know that Mexico is a copycat country. What do I mean about a copycat country? That we don't invent nothing new. We just seek everybody's programs and try to implement it into our society, like normally like the United States. But what happens when the United States is not in the top healthcare programs in the world? We can see right here that Mexico is giving the 15th place in the healthcare program, and just by a lot of programs that have a little bit of population. Mexico ranks right now in the 50th position in the healthcare provider. What happens when it's easier when 47 or 49 countries that are on top of you have so little bit of population around their country. When it comes to the healthcare provider and population ratio, Mexico provides the third best healthcare program in the world. Talking a little bit about the organization, we all know that the Secretary of Health of Mexico provides all the healthcare providers to all the population in Mexico. It's around 130 million people, and they are subdivided in various organizations. And I give to you the ones that provide at least to 80 to 90 million of the population. That is listed, that provides the care for the state workers. IMSS, that provides the care for the working society in the private companies, and the Seguro Popular, that provides to everybody that can apply to the other organizations. Yeah. I have to talk about a little bit to make the problems of the healthcare society. Drastically, 8 of the 10 top causes of death in Mexico are causes that can be prevented. We can see about here, it's diabetes, healthcare, heart issues, kidney issues, liver issues, lung issues. All that provides that. All the ones that are responsible are alcohol, tobacco, and also, well, the sanitary health care that we have that is poorly, and also the incidents, the traffic incidents, and the homicide that we know that we're in probably like a little civil war here. So there's three forms of grading the healthcare providers for Mexico. The first is the expectancy to live. Mexico has an expectancy to live of 76.5 to 77.5 years of age in the whole country. And the medium range in the world is 68.5. So that's a lot of years to being just above average. But what happens why is Mexico the 50th place ranked in the world? Well, I told you that all the countries that are on top of Mexico have populations of 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. Just 2 countries that are Russia and Japan have populations that are over 100 million. So that makes it a little harder for us to make it. Also, I have the other one is the life expectancy after 60 years of age. This is important for Mexico because in 20 to 30 years we're going to be an old country. Right now we're like a young country, but when that time passes we're going to start being an old country. When at least 70 or 60 part of our population is going to be over 50 years of age. So the life expectancy after 60 years of age right now is 21 years. So we can live up to be 81 years of age. So that makes us like catapult ourselves to one of the top healthcare providers in the world. Also, the other one is the death ratio. The death ratio gives a population, gives us a vision of how many people die per 1,000 persons in the population. Mexico has a 4.5 to 5 persons in the death expectancy in the death ratio per 1,000 population. So that variable has stood for at least 30 years. So we can see that Mexico has seen a steady way of health, but thanks to our Mexican culture, our Mexican vision, and our Mexican nonsense, or also our Mexican impatiency, we're not able to take about this healthcare. But with a handful of doubters and another handful of criticism, Mexico is bringing the healthcare providers to be one of the top in the world. Thank you.
Because you're fasting, but it's not really fun. Do you have any comments or questions? You don't have to film that. I mean.